to get things kicked off, I'm going to introduce you to Martin Todd Allen of the Church of the Fellowship for All Peoples. And you're from this church too? Okay, well, Martin Todd Allen of the Church of the Fellowship for All Peoples, which is the first interracial church in the United States. It was founded by Dr. Howard Thurman in 1948, and I'm an atheist. I'm very anti-church, but you will find me there because they're accepting of all peoples, and I've never heard the word God or Jesus once for some reason in the church. So it's Martin Todd Allen, everybody.
Thank you, Brett. I've been telling people that I was going to give the opening prayer for a comedy routine, and they said, okay, so I realized why I qualify for that. Just like this word ethics and tech is kind of a joke, right? You see it and you laugh, right? That's intended. That's Vahid's, dark humor, right? To remind us that we need more ethics and tech. My name, Reverend Martin, is kind of a joke back home. That the fact that I'm still a reverend after being in Mississippi as a Southern Baptist married straight guy, married to a woman, to now being a queer Jewish man married to a man. Yes. So for sure back home in Mississippi, they think when I say Reverend Martin, they still laugh. But it's hard to laugh these days. It's getting harder and harder. The times are getting darker and darker. Thank goodness for seasons and seasonal celebrations, because as the days get darker, we remember the winter solstice. And I think that's how the holiday seasons came along, that we would start hoping that, our primitive ancestors were hoping that there would be light, after the sun starts disappearing, the next year, and doing all kinds of rituals to bring the sun back. But one of the most depressing parts of this season to me is holiday music. And part of that is just because it's just been so commercialized, right? And I just, as soon as I hear it, something in me I just hate it. But they're supposed to be happy Christmas songs. But there's a poet that Bertolt Brecht that said this that really made me think. Someone said "woo" when I said that. All right, he said, "What kind of times are these when to talk about trees is almost a crime, because it implies silence about so many horrors." So I know that tonight we will not be silent about the horrors we will face, and thank you so much for your passion and your sharing about the realities that we face. What kinds of times are these when to be silent is almost a crime? Again, we're not going to be silent. I have another quote that I really like. It says, religion, our good religion, guards against the idea that the past mandates the future. I think all good religion does that. Gives us some hope that somehow we can figure something out to get through these dark times. I'm really glad we began with music tonight, because I talked about how the holiday music is depressing for me, but there's a song that gives me hope, and it's by an Orthodox Jewish singer, a reggae Orthodox Jewish singer. And has anybody heard of Matisyahu? You've heard of Matisyahu? And so we, in our congregation, my friend Jane is here from a congregation, Beth Am. We sing this song on a regular basis, but I want to sing it tonight because it's a great prayer for us to start the night, and you have to sing along, and you don't have to say ass, which is good. That's another thing I think you did. My friends back in Mississippi would say, y'all say an ass in church? Anyway. All right, it starts like this. Can you turn this down a little bit, maybe? That's my partner back there, Mundo. Give him a round of applause for doing the sound tonight. Yeah. And I just want to dedicate this song to Vahid because it begins by saying, sometimes I lay under the moon, and he's laying on his back right now and wishing he could be here. Sometimes I lay under the moon and thank God I'm breathing. Then I pray, don't take me soon. I am here for a reason. Sometimes in my tears I drown, but I never let it get me down. Sing along. 'Cause when negativity surrounds, I know someday it'll all be a turnaround. 'Cause all my life I've been waiting for, I've been praying for the people to say that we don't want to fight no more. There'll be no more wars, and our children will play one day, one day, one day. I think that all of you could stand up. Been sitting down a while. And I think you could join me in saying, one day, one day, one day. It's not about win or lose. We all lose when they feed on the souls of the innocent. Blood-drenched pavement, keep on moving though the waters stay raging. In this maze you can lose your way. Your way, it might drive you crazy, but don't let it phase you, no way, no way. All my life I've been waiting for, I've been praying for the people to say that we don't want to fight no more. There'll be no more wars, and our children will play. There you go. One day, one day, one day, one day, one day. One day this all will change, treat people the same, stop with the violence, down with the hate. One day we'll all be free and proud to be under the same sun, singing songs of freedom. One day, one day, one day, one day, one day, one day. All right. You may be seated. I think what I did is I got a room full of techies to sing, which I think is an accomplishment. Thank you.